One good thing about sucking at being a landlord, though, in the beginning, is that you learn how to win an eviction court.
What do farming and real estate have in common? They both require patience, grit, and a tolerance for things that don't go as planned. Neither one cares about your feelings. I'm Jen Way, and this is Cows and Contracts.
So, Martine, thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that don't know, Martine and I have known each other for a little while. We're both real estate coaches, and we've done some stuff together, but honored to have you as the first person that I get to interview for my podcast. I don't know if this will be the first episode, but this is the first recording that we're doing, and I'm so happy to have you here, Martine. Thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm hoping to add some value to your listeners or your viewers. And more importantly, I hope that you guys take this information that Jen and I are telling you, use it for your advantage, go out and make some money from it. Like you sitting here and just, listening to our experience and we're making money on it, that's great. But I want you to go make some money from it.
Which is exactly the second question that I have for you. Here on Cows and Contracts, we are going to do two simple questions, all right? I want to give you a second to tell people who you are, though.
Sure.
Who's Martine? What does she do? And why should they even care about what it is that you're saying right now?
So, I've been in the real estate investing space for 12 years now. I was able to build a multi-million-dollar rental portfolio using other people's capital. So specifically, none of my own capital. So I'm really good at structuring deals where you don't have to put 20% down. So now I've evolved, I guess you could say, and I feel like I'm spreading the good news. I'm showing people how they can do it for themselves. So I'm a coach now. I've been a coach for a little bit over 2 years. And what I specifically help you overcome is how to structure these deals, where to get the money, how to put the money on the deal, how to get tenants that pay you on time and don't get on your nerves. Because we hear all these myths of, well, I wouldn't say myths. These are some people's realities, that tenants suck, they're going to tear up your place, they're going to be bothering you all the time. Well, what if I told you could prevent that if you had the right systems in place? Before I became a good landlord, I was a terrible landlord. Like, people would call me all the time, things would be breaking, I would chase people for rent. Like, if I didn't really dive deep into this, I would have quit a long time ago. So what I like to do is I help people not have to go through that. Like, we don't all have to have those same mistakes. And if I could, I just want to share a little short story. One of my clients, when she got in, she had been wanting to be a landlord for a long time. Like, believe it or not, some people dream of being a landlord when they're older. I wasn't one of them, but some people dream this life. And she thought, she's a smart person. She has a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, so she's very intelligent. And she was working at a Big Four accounting firm. And she just realized it just wasn't fulfilling for her. Like, yeah, I'm making a lot of money, but this isn't what I wanted to do. So she ended up quitting, and she became a real estate agent. Now, I don't know who's listening to this and they think, oh, I want to be an investor, I have to be an agent. I've just heard that so many times. And that's what she thought she had to do. Now, a disclaimer, I'm going to let the cat out the bag here. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, but a lot of people think you do. So she joined a team where people were investing. She was calling absentee owners. She was calling expired listings. And she fell in what I call the realtor trap. What the realtor trap is, you go and you get your license with the intent to invest, and you become a full-blown realtor. You start buying and selling for everybody else. So she's like, oh my God, I've been here for quite some time and I still haven't bought anything for myself, but I'm doing transactions for other people, for other investors. So she decided that she was going to dial in. She wanted to, she started going to events for real estate investors. She started going to meetups. She ended up connecting with me and she joined the fam. Now, she had never raised money before. She didn't know what a good deal looked like totally green in this space. And I'd say, how long did it take? It probably took her about, I think it was actually the 90th day exactly that she ended up getting her first deal under contract. It was funny because she was like, Coach, I got the deal under contract. It's the 90th day. But on her first deal, she didn't use any of her own money to buy that property. She got $43,000 back at closing. She is cash flowing on that property $600 a month. And that may not sound like a big deal to some people, but what makes it a big deal is that it uncovered the belief. It unlocked the belief. So now when she's out doing these deals, she's like closing on deals left and right. I think she's on her like 5th or 6th property by now because now she knows how to do it. And she asks questions still. Like, we're still here for support. But that belief is everything. If you can make $300 on a house and you can unlock the belief, it's worth it.
Proof of concept seems to be a big barrier that a lot of people, even though they will sit there and know that we are real and that we're not lying about how it works and that it can work and that it's simple, you just have to have the right systems, no matter how much we scream it.
Right, right.
And they believe it. It's like people just don't believe that it's true for them.
Yeah,
right?
Like, it's kind of hard to believe something for yourself that you've never seen before. And especially when you're around people that no one has ever done it. So you're kind of like, oh, I don't know, those folks can do it, but not me. And I think that's like the real benefit of being in a community because you're around people doing it. Like, if this person can do it, I can do it. If that, and everybody's encouraging each other. So, I mean, I'd even say when I first started, I struggled with belief. But I think it just boils down to you make a decision. And when you decide, you have to commit to that decision. And it's like you're listening to podcasts, maybe you're going to meetings, you're hearing story after story about people are making it happen and they're making money from doing it. And I know I got to a point where I was like, it's no way everybody's lying. Like, it's just no way everybody's lying. So I'm just going to commit and do this until it started working for me. And it started working. Voila.
It works, absolutely. And guys, we can sit here and give you story after story after story after story of people who didn't think it could work for them. They can't do it. No, Jen and Martine are special. No, we're not.
Right.
All right? We just don't stop. All right? That's really that secret sauce. But we're going to take a right-hand turn and we're going to talk about problems instead of wins.
Yeah.
Yes. Martine, number one question.
Yeah, I don't know if you specifically want me to talk about a problem, like a question for that problem, but I have a problem I could talk about, but I can answer your question.
Let me do this the way a podcast is supposed to run, and tell you the question. Okay. You'll know which one to talk about. You'll know.
Cool.
Martine, what was something during your real estate career that you were 1,000% sure you were right? And then you found out you were wrong.
Something I was 1,000% sure I was right. I don't know if I've ever felt 1,000% sure about something.
You were sure about something and then found out you were wrong.
Well, I'll say this. I think there is a myth. Like, either you're on one side or the other when it comes to being a landlord. Meaning, if you haven't experienced it yet, either you hate it and you think tenants suck, like, oh my God, they're horrible, or you're like, oh, that's easy. I could just get a property, put somebody in there, and it'll just passive cash flow like crazy. And both of those places are very scary places to be. Because one, if you really just like hate it, you don't even try. So maybe you find another way to make passive income. If you do, that's great. But if not, you just continue to do active forms of income, which that sucks. Like, we need to have some passive income in our lives. And then if you think it's easy, like I thought that. I was like, oh, you just get a place, you make it good enough for somebody to move in, and then they start paying you rent. And what I found out is, if I don't do certain things, if I don't do certain checks, if I don't get the house the way it needs to look, it actually becomes a huge headache. And I never expected that. I wouldn't say I was 1,000% sure, but I was pretty sure it was going to be easy. And it wasn't easy. So I think that's the benefit of having somebody that's already done it that can kind of guide you. And then, like, I mean, just to talk about a mistake really quickly, even the master messes up, right? Like, I know what to do.
Yes,
but sometimes I don't listen to my own advice. So, for instance, I had a property that I let somebody I know, they rented it out. I didn't do the checks on them. I was like, oh, I know them. It's cool. Like, they can stay. I mean, if it happens to go to eviction, which I wasn't believing, I'm like, if it happens to go to eviction, I mean, I know how to get them out. Well, I had to actually evict them. I hadn't had an eviction in years. Like, I hadn't had an eviction in a long time. One good thing about sucking at being a landlord, though, in the beginning, is that you learn how to win an eviction court. Like, you go to court and you see what works and what doesn't work, right? So now I'm like pretty good at it. Like, it's not too many things you can get past me in eviction court. But yeah, so I had to end up evicting them. It's costing me $11,000 to get that property back in rentable shape, and the person owes me $13,000. So that's $24,000 I would not have had to spend if I would have did the proper checks. So I'm not over here saying I'm perfect, guys. I'm not. Sometimes I want to hit the easy button. I want to be lazy with something. I didn't feel like doing the checks. I know this person, it's rented, and I had to go through this. And on top of that, you're missing out on income for the months that you're fixing it up or you're trying to evict them. So the master messes up sometimes as well. But it's like, I knew what to do. I chose not to do it. I'm suffering the consequences. So it is what it is.
And this is exactly why people like you and I exist, right? It's so that people don't have to make these mistakes. We can get in front of them with them. But Martine, I'm curious. Why do you think you thought it was going to be so easy? Why did you think that? What is it that made you, when you got into it, oh, I just find a tenant, I just put them in, they'll pay their rent, I cash checks. Why do you think you thought that, but then found out differently?
Maybe because I'm a positive person, maybe because I paid my rent. Like, maybe I thought people would be like me.
Because you look through your own eyes.
Yeah, I just thought it was going to be, I don't know, I've always, up until me having a child, I always felt like I was Superwoman. Like, I could do anything. People would tell me, oh, that's hard. You know, it's difficult to do that. And I'm like, let me prove them wrong. I'm like, let me show them it's not. Like, you can do it. Like, that was my attitude. And I'd say up until I had a child, because, like, even when I was pregnant, people would, like, my family members are like, you're not going to get any sleep and you're going to need some help. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. My whole life, people have been telling me everything is so hard. And it hasn't been, right? And then I had her, and I was like, these people weren't lying. This is very hard.
Finally, they were right?
This is very hard. But yeah, I think I just expected it to be easy. Like, how hard could it be to just get a place and put somebody in it? So,
well, and it's the specific reason that I wanted to talk early on these shows about the problems or the mistakes or the, bad advice or whatever it is. The reason I wanted to put that out front is because I feel like the internet is just saturated with videos that say, it's easy, right? Everything makes it look so easy. I want people to just remember that nothing is ever going to replace having the right network. Nothing is ever going to replace it. You could be a YouTube master. You could memorize every single script that exists. You could do the research. And at the end of the day, you're not going to know what you don't know.
That's true.
And you're gonna make mistakes. Right. It happens to all of us. And the thing about it is if you're not making mistakes, you're also not trying hard enough.
Right.
You have to fail forward in this business. You have to.
Right.
And so making sure that people get to hear, hey, if I had just followed the checklist that I know I should, right? If I just did it the way I know it should be done, you work the system works. Okay?
System works, for sure. I mean, you have to work it, you know? You have to do your part. Because I know, like, for you, for instance, you guys are talking to a lot of people on the phones and stuff like that. When you first start talking to people on the phone, you're probably going to suck. You
should.
You're probably gonna, if you don't, you're going to start getting better.
Exactly. If you don't, then I'm like, who are you? Why are you good at this right away? Right? That's not normal. You're absolutely right.
Right.
Which is reps, right? You just got to keep doing it. You have to keep learning. You have to learn from those mistakes. Which, you said something actually very early on here, which gets me to the second thing I'd like to ask you. Okay. Earlier, Martine told y'all, if you're listening to this podcast, take something and go make money with it. Mm-hmm. Martine, what is one thing that you do consistently? For me, I know the answer. I do yoga in the morning. Mm-hmm. It resets me, gets me into the right frame. I'm going to have a good, productive day. I just need to do 30 minutes of yoga every morning. And when I don't, I got a 50-50 shot on how that day's going. I know this. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing for me. I do yoga every single morning. And that's my moment to really get my mind right and focus on the day.
Right.
What is something, it doesn't have to be daily, maybe it's weekly, maybe it's a person, not necessarily a personal habit like yoga, but a specific business habit, right? A specific thing that you do every single day in real estate or in your personal life that our listeners can start right now. Maybe that's the solution for them too.
Right.
What is the thing that you do and how has it helped you?
I'd give two things, actually. One on a personal level and then one on a business level. And the reason I say that is because your business is only going to grow as much as you grow personally. So what you'll find out, a spoiler alert, if you want to be an entrepreneur, your business is only going to do as well as you are. So if you have a lot of baggage, a lot of problems, you have, I'm not going to say issues, but different, beliefs that are going to stop you from getting to where you want to go, your business isn't going to go as far as you want because you have some inner things you need to work on. So one book that I recommend to everyone listening to this is The Miracle Morning. And why I like the Miracle Morning has nothing to do with real estate. It's all about you, right? So the Miracle Morning, they have the savers in there. And out of all the savers, which is an acronym, my favorite saver is affirmations. And I'll give you an example of this in real time. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me to see for my own life, but it's easier to see when I do it with other people. So my daughter, she's 3. She says affirmations every single morning. Every single morning. I'm beautiful. I love school. I'm smart. Stuff like that, right? To the point that now, once before, she used to be like, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to see these people. To now, it'll be a Saturday. And she's like, Mama, am I going to school today? And I'm like, no, baby, it's Saturday. And she's like,
stop it.
Oh, no, I want to go to school today. Because she loves school. She believes everything she's saying. You have to keep saying these things to yourself until you start believing it. Now, you might not start believing it today. You might not start believing it tomorrow. But if you say it enough, you will start believing it and you will start acting in the ways that a person like that would act. Right? Like, you can't just say, I'm going to have $1 million business and then you go lay back in your bed. Like, that's not how it works. You got to do the work. You got to do the work, right? So
I I don't like interrupting people, but I got to take an opportunity to just point out, guys, you do the work. Even when you're coming down with the flu, right? The red eyes, the constant sneezing over here, you do the work.
And here I was, to think you were crying at my point.
I wish. I'd rather be crying at your story than dealing with this, that's for sure. But you got to do the work. You gotta do the work.
Affirmations are a big thing for me, for people in my coaching community. Like, I push it. Like, you need to do this. You have to do this. You want to change your life. You need to start believing different things. So that's one thing I always do.
Give them an example of a line that you give your students. An affirmation line for your students that they could just plug and play.
Deals come to me easily. Everybody's like,
deals come to me easily.
Deals are so hard to find, and it just seems like when I start talking about this all the time, it seems that I see the opportunities now. Before, maybe I was blinded and I didn't see them. So
deals come to me easy. All right, listeners, I want you to write this down. I want it on a sticky note. I want it, get a red lipstick, put it on your bathroom mirror. I don't care. Deals come to me easily. Write it down. Say it every day. What's the second thing?
I'd say the next thing I do, which will actually help, if you have an affirmation like that and you want things to change in your life, one thing that I do everything is I talk to people. Like, I talk to people more so to hear, like, where they are. How can I help them? What problems do they have? Like, I don't really talk to people to ask for things like, hey, you mind doing me a favor? Like, I may do that if I really, really need it, But usually I'm talking to people to kind of see where they are. How can I help them? Who can I connect them with? I find that the more people you can talk to, the more people you can connect, the more successful you'll be. So because you're networking all the time, you may know someone that can help them get to where they're trying to get, or maybe you're the person that can help them. So I'd say a business practice that I do every day is talking to people.
Okay. I love that one. Of course.
Keep it simple.
That's
KISS, keep it simple, stupid. You don't have to do a lot of hard things to be successful. You have to do a lot of easy things consistently.
The boring stuff.
Boring is profitable.
Right? Yes.
Boring is profitable for sure. I just, if it's anything that the listeners can take from this episode, is that, like you mentioned before, you look online, everybody says everything is easy, right? Oh, get in real estate, you're gonna make $1 million, right? Well, one, most people are full of BS.
Number two.
I hope you have a good BS meter because a lot of people are full of BS, and I'm so happy that Jen asked the questions about, well, what went wrong? What's something that you were 1,000% sure about, and it actually wasn't that at all? Because it just shows that we're human, right? Like, we're not superheroes over here. We figured out a system that works, and we stay consistent in doing it. That's it. That's it. Now, sometimes you fall off and you let one of your friends move into your place.
Yes. No friends or family in my rentals. That's been a hard rule since I made that mistake once, too. I think maybe we've all made that.
Yeah, I think we have a saying on my property management side. Like, we manage our own properties. No pay, no stay. So every time I feel conflicted, I'm like, well, the mortgage has to be paid, so we gotta give them the boot and keep it moving.
Yeah, definitely better to keep those separate. And Martine, I knew that having you on here was going to be a very open conversation. A lot of people they don't want to show their bad side, right? Social media has created this alternate reality for a lot of people. Like you mentioned, they're online posting, look at my checks. Guys, if you see people posing with a Ferrari, run. Okay?
I was on a call, And the guy was talking about how his business was doing great. Now, his business probably was doing great. I don't know. But someone asked him, like, he had a group get together, and he was like, my first time doing it, I had 80 people show up. So everybody on the call, they're like, oh my God, 80 people, that's amazing. Like, how did you do that? And, like, he was gatekeeping. He was like, well, I made a post. I was like, you made one post, and you got, like, what did the post say? Like, and you got that many people to show up? And then he's like, oh, well, you know, I think the best source to get these people are YouTube, right? And then we're like, oh, great. So how's your YouTube doing? And then he's like, oh, we just started doing our YouTube. I'm like, all right. You are so full of shit that I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear anymore. I want somebody that can give me some actionable steps so that I can get a result. And you over here, this is that, and oh, I just started that. No, I've been doing this for 12 years, consistently. Whether I was getting a result or I wasn't getting a result, I stayed consistent. And I think with that experience, I could give you a real answer when you're going through something, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this BS that people are trying to, like, get you to believe, you wasted my time. I could have been talking to somebody who wanted to sell their house.
Or someone who actually wanted to do this, right? Guys, Martine and I are part of the same mentorship group. Shout out Tom Kroll, Coaching Inc. And rule number 2, everyone's full of shit. Tom says poo. Martine and I say shit. Because it's true. It's so true, right? These people who are online, look at me, look at me, look at me. Run. They are not real, okay? They are taking advantage of what social media has created in the world, the 17-second attention span. They're taking advantage of this with you, okay? Find people who align with you. Find people you just kind of like. Join their communities. We all have a free version, all right? If we don't, run. Because that's not somebody who actually wants to help you. They want your money. That's it, okay? So everybody, all of us that have been out here doing this longer than 12 months, right? Unfortunately, I feel like a bunch of guys are like, for the last 12 months, and I'm like, but only 12 months, right? That's, unfortunately, I see these posts, and I know that it's like, yeah, but that's also 100% of your career.
Right.
Guys, that's not who you want when you need something at 10 o'clock on Sunday night because a deal's about to be lost, or you got a problem tenant because you didn't go through the checklist, and now you need to figure out what it is you're supposed to do to actually fix this. You want people who aren't afraid to say out loud, I'm not perfect, and I know this because I have the scars to prove it.
Yeah.
Right? That's who you want on your team. You want people who have made mistakes, people who have been through it, right? And the advice Martine has given you today, guys, these are no-brainers, all right? Affirmations are an extremely useful tool that most people don't even know is actually working on them.
I know. And I think people, they use their tongue. They use what they say to reflect their current reality. Whereas you could use what you say to reflect your current reality, the opposite way.
I see this no different. This entire conversation about something that you do, right? Every day, every week, whatever it is, personal business. My son, if you know me even a little bit, you guys know that we got custody of, he's actually my stepson, my husband's son, October 2024. And one of the things that we identified pretty quickly was that he didn't know multiplication. Nobody ever, unfortunately, his previous living situation was the worst. And nobody even cared that he wasn't good at it. Nobody even cared about that part either. It was okay to get bad grades in math. So we started just doing flashcards. Just every night, just flashcards. I mean, literally 5 minutes. Guys, 5 minutes turned into 1 minute. Because he was like, he knew and that was only about 3 weeks to get there. That's it. 3 weeks.
Beats intensity every single time.
Exactly, guys. So, listen, the information is right there, all right? You do have to put the work in. This is not, everything's not as easy as all these YouTubers are making it seem. And yes, Martine and I both have a YouTube channel, but no, we're not YouTubers. That's not what I'm talking about. So do yourself a favor and start looking around at the different communities that exist. They're not always the ones that have 100,000 people in the room, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm finding that the coaches and the programs that have intentionally kind of grew on a path, not just as fast as they can, you tend to get the most value in those, right? Because things are not moving so fast. There's not too many people in the room, right? So take a look around. Find the people that you align with. Take all the information that you like from them. Leave the rest behind. And start implementing new practices. Get consistent. Absolutely, I will include contact information for how you can reach out to Martine and get all of the valuable help that she also has to offer, guys. Definitely, if you're in that buy and hold space, honestly, she's just a good kind of life coach in general. I'm not going to lie.
I appreciate
it. Very inspirational, even if you're not in buy and hold, all right? So definitely give her a look. Martine, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Is there anything that my listeners need to hear right now before we sign off?
So I want to invite people to my free Facebook group, because you said we have free Facebook
Perfect.
group. If anybody on here, you're interested in rental properties, you're not really sure how to structure, you don't know how to get the money, you don't want to put down 20% for down payment, I want to invite you to my free Facebook group. It's called The Freedom Inc. It's on my shirt if you're looking at this video. We have different trainings in there. We post in there daily, just, to give you little tips to help you on your rental path journey. And if anybody's listening to this and you want to get your first rental property this year, you decided, that's all it really takes is a decision, right? You don't really have to know how to do it. You have to decide and you have to commit to that decision. So if anybody's listening to this and you want to buy your first rental property this year, next 12 months, then I want to invite you to apply for a strategy session. In these strategy sessions, we map out what that looks like for you, for your personal situation. And to do that, you go to strategy.thefreedominc.com. And Jenna put it in the show notes. But yeah, thanks for having me, Jen. Yes. I appreciate you being a trooper and doing it anyway. And for everybody that's listening to this, go out and use this stuff to your advantage. Don't just consume and not change your life. You can change your life from the information that we're giving you.
Because, guys, ready is not a feeling, it's a decision. So it's time for you to decide. Team, thank you so much for joining us, and until next time.
See ya.
I'm Jen Way. I was going to study dolphins. Turns out real estate and cows are more profitable. See you next week.